Looks like someone came to save us. Isn't that lovely?
What?
What's this? What's going on? Hey, what's that? Yeah, it had to be.
This is...
Alter ego? Alter ego? Is that some stupid virus from that stupid guy? He must have planted it when he invaded my network. Damn it all to hell! I don't believe this!
It would seem...
It seems you finally made a miscalculation. No. You miscalculated from the very beginning.
What the heck?
What's that?
In other words...
What I'm saying is, you shouldn't have underestimated us. Why are you talking like you've already won? I barely felt a thing. It was a pinch, an inch. The stupid virus is gone now. Got it. And so was Makoto. Yeah, I didn't get to smash him flat, but you'll never see him again anyway.
Yeah!
To waste away in a garbage strew pit. In a way, that's an even better special punishment. But it's still not enough. I'm still not satisfied. I'm still going to prepare despair for the rest of you. Bring despair to the entire world. Is he gone? Hey, Koiko, what's the meaning of this? Just what the hell is going on?
Calm down.
It's okay. We're not the ones being trapped this time.
Huh?
In other words...
Now it's the mastermind that's ensnared.
What did you say?
What are you talking about?
So...
You'll understand soon enough. Very soon indeed. The massive high school towers over all the other buildings in this bustling urban area. It's like the school stands at the center of the entire world. Hope's Peak Academy. It brings in top students from every field imaginable. A government-funded school of privilege. They say that if you come here and manage to graduate, you'll be set for life. With hundreds of years of tradition, it sends the cream of the crop into the workforce every year. It was built to raise hope in the nation's future, which makes Hope's Peak a pretty fitting name. There are two things you need to attend this school. One, you have to already be attending high school. Two, you have to be the very best at what you do. No ordinary student could enroll here. The only way in is if you're scouted by the school itself. And sitting there at the gate of the ultimate school, filled with the ultimate students, was me. What? Where am I? I woke up with my head resting on top of a hard wooden desk. My body felt heavy. It wouldn't be weird for me to zonk out in the middle of some boring class or whatever, but what was I asleep here just now? It wasn't any classroom I've ever been in before. What the heck is going on? Finally. I could finally feel my mind and body start to come back together again. And then, I was awake. Or was this just another dream? A dream inside a hopeless nightmare. No, this isn't a dream. I could tell because the stench invading my nostrils was just too powerful for a dream. What an awful smell. I was in a vast, dark cavern, with the barest hint of light seeping in. Trash was piled high all across the area. This must be some kind of underground garbage pit. A heck of a situation to find myself in. But that was just the beginning of my problems. Was I going to be stuck in there until I wasted away and died? No. I can't let that happen. Not after what my good friend went through to save me. I remember all too well what had happened. Alter Ego saved me, and he used up the last bit of his strength to do it. So I can't give up now, for myself and for my friend. And with that, my pursuit for survival began. First up was to start looking for a way out here. Alright, Monokuma thing is. That's a rocket and a tank? I better not think too much about what I'm seeing right down there. Okay. What other little bits? Something right here. This is a desk. It's probably the one that fell down here with me. I'm kind of surprised he's not injured at all, in all honesty. Is that an airplane? How does something like that wind up in the school's garbage pit? It's locked. No matter how many times I pushed and pulled or kicked at it, it didn't budge. Getting out of here isn't going to be easy. Well, if I'm not getting out of here anytime soon. I decided to look around for some food. There's plenty of food here, but it's all rotten. But that was pointless too. Next, I searched for some water. How can I be so sure which liquids I could drink? Which those are all around a bad idea. Again, pointless. I feel like I'm blocked in all sides. There's still not enough reason to give up because I'm still alive. As long as I'm alive, I'll never give up. After making that proud declaration, the next thing I decided to do was go to sleep. My sleep was deep and uninterrupted. That was my only way to preserve what little strength I had left. For not being able to eat or drink, I can't be sure, but I think at least a full day had to have passed. And all I did was sleep and sleep. It was like I was waiting for some kind of sign to come falling out of the sky. However, what fell from the sky wasn't a sign. Not exactly. What the? A strange sound pierced my silent isolation, jarring me awake. As I watched the pile of garbage jostled and formed an odd shape. Did something fall down from here? Something fell from above. What could it have been? Alright, we'll check. Did a giant piece of trash just fall down here? I carefully stretched out my hand toward whatever it was that had tumbled down here before.
Just a second.
A giant piece of trash? How rude. Before she even emerged from the pile of garbage, I knew who it was.
It smells awful.
She has little noodles on her thing. I love it. Kyoko?
Indeed.
You look like you're doing better than I expected. What are you doing here?
So...
Isn't it obvious? I'm here to help you. I'm glad to hear that, Kyoko. You got a bit of garbage in your hair. She gave her head a quick and sharp shake to get rid of the trash, then faced me again.
Hey.
First, I have something for you. Go ahead and eat it. We could talk once we're finished. Thank you! I snatched the bread and water that she was holding out for me. Within seconds, it was in my mouth and making its way down toward my stomach. Whew, that really hit the spot. Now I got all the energy I need to keep going. So you still haven't given up? Of course not. After all, the fact that I keep going is about all I'm good at. Well, that's not such a bad thing to be good at. Okay, I guess we just gotta talk to her. But, Kyoko, why'd you come to rescue me?
So...
To pay a debt. Or, no, to atone. Atone?
You...
During the trial, even though you knew I was lying, you didn't say anything. So you knew that I knew?
Indeed.
But even though I knew it, I did nothing to help you. I abandoned you. Don't say that. You didn't abandon me. No, that's not exactly what I did. I abandoned you in order to save my own life. You were trying to save me, and I couldn't bring myself to do the same to you.
However...
But listen, not that I'm trying to make excuses, but there was a reason I had to survive, no matter the cost. Why did you have to survive?
It's true.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you everything. The reason I had to survive...
In other words...
is so I could do what I came to this school to do. What? I made up my mind to come to Hope Peaks Academy for one very important reason. So you have some reason for coming to Hope's Peak Academy?
Indeed.
That's right. At least I did once. Once. Until recently, I'd forgotten what it was. You forgot? But that's... I had no memory of what my purpose was. No memory? That's impossible!
Huh?
Amnesia? Then, is it really true? You lost your memory?
Makoto.
Do you remember Makoto? Do you remember the first thing that happened to each of us as soon as we arrived at the school? The first thing. You're talking about when we fainted, right? I fainted, but when I woke up, I was trapped here.
That's right.
I fainted too. But when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself. Disconnection.
It would seem...
Thinking back on it now, at that point my memory was gone. At that time, I had forgotten. I couldn't remember why I come to the school. I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was. But what would make you forget all that?
Hey.
Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seems much too convenient. Are saying you think you lost your memory because...
Indeed.
I don't think. I'm positive it was the work of the mastermind. They stole my memory. But why would they do that? There's only one reason I could come up with. Because of my purpose and my ability, somehow they would interfere with the mastermind's plans. So the mastermind just stole them from you?
However...
It could also mean, somehow, my memories may have been connected to the mysteries of the school and the mastermind. Which is why I had to get them back. That's why I've been investigating things by myself this whole time. If what you say is true, why didn't you ask the rest of us to help you?
Why is that?
If I did that, we all work as one. The mastermind would have noticed right away. Plus, there's always a chance the mastermind is actually one of us. What?
Correct.
Well, don't make too big of a deal of it. It's just a possibility. But since it is a possibility, we can't ignore it, right? The mastermind, one of us? If we believe that, then of course she couldn't trust anyone around her. In which case, it only makes sense that she would look into her missing memory by herself.
However...
That being said, there was a limit to what I could do by myself, which is why I asked you to help me. But why me? Because among everyone, you were least likely to be the mastermind. That was just intuition, but I see. Your intuition was right, though. There's no way an ordinary kid like me could have been the mastermind.
I understand. I should understand everything. My goal isn't to get out of here. It's to stay here.
It's just like the dream I had before, but why did that just happen?
Listen.
Are you okay? Yeah, it's nothing. It is nothing, right?
Hey.
Even now I can still trust you, you know? It's just, I'm not used to relying on others.
Correct.
I know I never asked you for help the right way, so I understand if you're not convinced. Honestly, I was convinced. I think that's just your personality. Well, yeah, no? We talked to her again. You said you had a reason for doing all the investigation on your own. So how'd that turn out? Were you able to remember anything?
So...
I think there's still a lot I don't remember. But at the very least, I was able to recall my purpose and my ability. You mentioned your ability? My ability. What everyone should have known me for. I'm the ultimate detective. The ultimate detective?
Correct.
And the reason I came to Hope's Peak Academy, there was someone I had to find here in the school. You had to find someone? Who?
So...
Well, It was the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy. The headmaster? Why do you want to find the headmaster? Because he's my father. What?
In other words,
I was separated from him as a child. As it turns out, he became the headmaster of Hope's Peak. Kyoko's dad? Is Hope Peak's headmaster? Then that explains when Alter Ego told us how he thought the headmaster was involved. I'll find a way.
Huh?
Huh? No matter what it takes, I will find the headmaster.
No matter what?
No matter what the cost.
So,
Kyoko, what's going on? My memory hadn't come back at that point. When he said that, I felt strange. It makes perfect sense now, of course, since my whole purpose for coming here was to find him. That makes sense.
However,
But listen, Makoto, I want to make this perfectly clear, so there's no misunderstanding. I said the headmaster wasn't the mastermind, but I didn't say that to protect him. I said only what I felt based on what I seen when I snuck into the headmaster's room. Then what did he see there?
so...
The room had been ransacked, and the shelves were a mess, the desk drawers dumped on the floor. The only conclusion is that someone who didn't know where anything was had been in there. You mean the mastermind, right?
It's true.
That was my assumption, yes. But to confirm my suspicions, I decided to investigate the second floor dorms using the key I found. But why there? Because I also found the headmaster's room. This is some kind of map?
Indeed.
It's a layout of the entirety of Hope's Peak Academy. I found it in the headmaster's room, along with Mokuro's profile and that key. The map showed the second floor was home to a number of rooms meant for facility use. Some of the staff must have had to stay overnight from time to time. And I figured the headmaster would have been some kind of private room there. I assumed that if it were true, the room would likely hold more clues. So I went to check.
Correct.
And that's what I finally remembered. I remember that my purpose was to find the owner of that room. So you went there to see if the headmaster really did have a private room there?
However,
But once I got there, I noticed that the second floor of the dorms didn't have any cameras or monitors. So what was it like, that part of the school? I mean, it's hard to describe. All I can say is, the moment I saw it, I realized whatever's going on in the school is more horrific than we ever imagined. What do you mean?
so...
I can't explain it. You need to see it for yourself. I'm sure you'll get the chance soon enough. It sounds like it must be important. And really ominous. Should we go out now? Really? More? Okay, fine.
However,
Of course, okay. Which is why I had no idea what was going on in the rest of the film. It has to do with, Mokuro, Ikusaba, doesn't it?
however,
Just be perfectly clear. I didn't kill her. And I know it wasn't you either. I know you're right, but that just means everyone but you and me had an alibi. So then who did kill her?
anyway,
What I can say for sure is that the mastermind is directly involved. To begin with, the point of the class trial of Mokuro Ikusaba was to get me killed. Get you killed?
indeed.
I stole the key and disappeared. In retaliation, they wanted to draw me out and eliminate me.
Correct.
That was the point of the class trial. It was? The mastermind knew they couldn't interfere directly. You mean because of the school regulations?
That's right.
Exactly. With minimal restrictions, you are free to explore Hope's Peak Academy at your discretion.
In other words,
The mastermind is adamant about following the rules. And with that rule in place, they couldn't step in. Since they couldn't kill me themselves, they tried to use the class trial to do it. The mastermind couldn't step in because of the rules? That makes it sound like the mastermind themselves is somehow bound by the school regulations.
hey,
There's one other thing I'd like to point out about the murder of Mukuru Ikusaba. What's that? There was a point where Mukuru may not have become the victim. It could have been you, Makoto. I could have become the victim?
Indeed.
You know what I'm talking about, right? Do you mean during the night? I could hear them. I could hear them, you know? The footsteps of God, of the God of Death. What? I could hear the God of Death as he moves. The building naturally draws me into cases. Just like this.
Anyway.
Which is exactly what happened with you. I was in the dorms and I had a sudden sense, a dread. I looked down the stairwell and I saw a white shadow across the corridor. I gave chase right away as I followed it. I saw the shadow go into your room.
Correct.
I ran into your room and I saw what was happening. I intervened immediately, of course.
However,
that wasn't the end of things, of course. I stopped them, but that led to whoever the masked assailant was. They ended up dead.
Correct.
And their murder was disguised. And the dojo key wound up in my room. If it all has to be the work of the mastermind, an attempt to use the class trial to eliminate me. So all this would mean that whoever killed Mukuru is also the mastermind, right?
Indeed.
I don't have conclusive evidence, but that's what I think. But that's really bad if true. It means the mastermind could kill whoever they wanted. They feel like it. Wait, but doesn't that create another contradiction? The mastermind wanted us to use the class trial to try and kill you because they couldn't interfere, right?
Correct.
You're right. That is a contradiction. It's not just Mukuru. They needed the class trial to kill me, but seemed ready to kill you in your room. Everything they did is a contradiction. So what does that all mean?
In other words,
it means the mastermind is the one who's been cornered. Huh?
Makoto.
Just a little more. A little more. And I should be able to figure out the mastermind's identity. The identity of the other ultimate despair. The other ultimate despair? There's no doubt that Mukuru was the ultimate despair, and that she's dead. But I don't think the ultimate despair is just one person. It's not?
Indeed.
If you think about it, the ultimate despair seems to implicate whoever caused the event. You're talking about...
That's right.
What happened a year ago. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. The tragedy? Whoever's responsible for that. They're the ultimate despair?
It would seem...
that despicable group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. Then they're...
Indeed.
Make no mistake. They're the root of all evil that has forced us to go through this. That is the ultimate despair. And that is our real enemy. Alright, coolio. So now we know that ultimate despair is our enemy. And it just stays the same. It's all sad. To be continued. Oh, we got a Dream Island rocket. Nice. Thank you. So, that does it for today. 5 alive, I guess, if you want to die. Oh, geez Louise. Oh my god, that ending right there took a long time. A lot more than I thought it would. But suffice to say, we're done with Chapter 5, and we're only at Chapter 6. I honestly do not know how long that is, but we definitely don't have time for it today. And we'll get to it later. But suffice to say, I have a lot of problems with Chapter 6. And a lot of it comes from the writing of it and whatnot. But we'll get to the actual me being petty about this next time, shan't we? Aside from that, my opinion really has not changed on this game for the most part. So yeah. Until next time, everybody. I shall see you all later, okay? Sayonara. Bye-bye.